Welcome everyone. How to set up a school choice ballot initiative signature gathering table. Our Educational Freedom Act of 2022, we will start collecting signatures beginning mid to late October and for 6 months thereafter. And it's very important that we all carefully run our tables so that we can correctly and accurately collect signatures so that we can meet the required 1 million verified signatures to qualify this for the ballot. And we'll need to get at least 1.5 million raw signatures. Our First Amendment rights are very, very important as we go out and seek signatures. And remember that our First Amendment guarantees us the right to freedom of speech and the right to peaceably assemble and to make petitions to the government for redress of our grievances. That gives us the right to stand anywhere with a clipboard to collect signatures. But be mindful that when we're in front of stores, we're not to block the entrances. We should also stay at least 20 feet from the store entrance and exits. Now, a very important decision was made by our courts regarding the rights to collect signatures, and that was the Pruneyard decision. The Pruneyard decision was decided in 1980, and it basically says that people have the right to collect signatures at a parking lot that is shared by a minimum of 4 stores in that parking lot, such as a strip mall or shopping center of some sort. But it's important that we do this carefully by not blocking any entrances or taking up any preferred parking. We also want to situate our tables close enough that people can see it, but not obstruct the entrances or the good parking spots. We want to keep a copy of this Pruneyard ruling with us in case the store management or law enforcement comes and tells us that we cannot collect signatures in that location. So we can only be removed from one of those shopping centers if law enforcement tells us that we have to. The owners themselves, we should just basically show them the Pruneyard decision and say that we have a right to be there. Where do you set up your signature gathering stations? The key thing is you want to be in a location where there's a high volume of people, traffic, walking or driving by that location. There needs to be ease of parking where people can pull over and get out of their cars and quickly get to your signature table. And these sites might include a storefront, it might include a shared business parking lot, churches, schools, parks, gun stores, shooting ranges, events. You can even get permits to do this in front of the DMV. Also consider major intersections where there's an empty lot. And it's important also to be at a consistent recurring location because people get used to saying, oh, they're collecting signatures down at this corner and they tell their friends and next week they're going to be back. And so a recurring location is very, very helpful. So regarding signature gathering stations, there's some important things that we need to have at our table. First of all, we need to have a pop-up tent, and you may need to weight this down on the corners, particularly if you're outdoors in a windy area. You'll need to have probably 2 banners, school choice banners, which you can order from our county chairs or from our headquarters. And this is just to basically advertise what you're doing out there in terms of collecting signature. You'll need a table, typically a 5 to 6 foot long folding table, and also chairs for your volunteers to sit down at. We're going to need legal-sized clipboards to hold our initiatives, and you might use some little plastic or metal clips to kind of hold the paper down so the wind doesn't blow them up. You want to make sure that each of these clipboards are labeled based on the county that you're collecting signatures for. Now, in some locations, you may have 2 adjacent counties, maybe even 3, where you need to have a separate clipboard for each county. And then finally, you'll need the ballot initiatives that will go on those clipboards. And you can get those through our ballot initiative depots or from our county chairs. Also at your table, it's helpful to have a 1-page summary of the initiative because it's difficult for people to read that completely. So we want to have a summary that people can quickly get information about the initiative. We'll also have half-page flyers that summarize that as well and also kind of advertise what we're doing. You want to give people the opportunity to sign up or volunteer or connect with our organization, so we'll have a separate clipboard where people can put their name and email down and connect with our California School Choice Foundation. Have Post-it notes. Post-it notes are very helpful because you can bracket the signature box on the initiative to keep people to stay within the box, and we'll talk about the importance of that when they sign the initiative. Okay, it's important to use a ballpoint pen that is either black or blue. No multicolor or different colors other than black and blue. And ideally, it's best not to use a gel-type pen where the signature can easily be smeared. And then also at your table, it's helpful to have these little stickers, which are I signed stickers that people can wear. And that also advertises to their friends and family, hey, I've signed this initiative. Why don't you come down and sign as well? a donation jar where people can donate money to perhaps support purchase of the banners and materials that are used at the table. It's helpful to have flags. American flags can also draw a lot of people to your table. Directional signs and yard signs that you might have at your table. Basically, we're going to have two types of signs. One is a directional sign that directs people once they get into the parking lot to your table, and then you can also have school choice signs that can also help advertise what you're doing in addition to the banners that are already on your table. I want to talk about some tips for signature gathering. The important thing is you want to get accurate signature gathering. So the first question that you're going to want to ask is, what county are you registered to vote in? And first of all, they'll say, I'm not sure if I'm registered, or I'm not sure what county I'm in. And they can quickly find where they're registered to vote and if they're registered to vote by going to registertovote.ca.gov. Once you verify that they're registered to vote, you'll take them over to the signature signing location for the ballot initiatives. Now, it's important that you bracket the area that they're going to be signing with Post-it notes so that they stay within the boxes. And when you do this, you also want to make sure that they print legibly their name, address, and that information, and then they'll need to sign. And they want to be sure not to go into the far left or the far right-hand columns on the initiative page. You want to make sure that you do not use a P.O. box. It needs to be a physical address. So no P.O. boxes are allowed. You can use standard abbreviations like N for north, S for south, drive, DR, street, ST, and avenue. No abbreviations for the city. After they've signed, check it for accuracy. So if there's a mistake, a line can be crossed through that line and they can redo it again. This now just shows you a typical ballot initiative, and you'll see that one of the first spaces that needs to be filled in just underneath the text of the initiative is the county. So you want to label each petition with the appropriate county, and then you can see here just below the text you'll find where people can sign and put their addresses. And then at the bottom you will see what is the affidavit or declaration of the person who's collecting the signature. Here you're going to want to enter your name as you're registered to vote and your street address and city, and then the dates over which you collected those signatures. And then finally you'll date it and then sign it. And then once people are done signing, then you can give them, of course, one of these little stickers that said, I signed the school choice ballot initiative. And then you also want to ask them, are you willing to help collect signatures for our initiative? And that allows them to check the box volunteer. They can also do the same thing by texting school choice to 66866 or scanning the QR code that we'll have available at the table. It's important that we get a good name and an email and preferably a phone number and address as well. And so that's how people can connect with our organization, because once we're done with this initiative, we want to be able to maintain contact with our supporters in case there's other battles that we have to fight on the school choice effort. And so as you recruit people to volunteer and to collect signatures, you want to instruct them on how to fill out the petition and make sure it's done properly. It's very helpful to have what we call do-it-yourself kits, and this may be having extra banners at your table that people can purchase or make a donation for, or yard signs. So, and then also you can give them ballot initiatives to go out and collect signatures themselves. Of course, it's important never to photocopy the ballot initiatives. They have to be original print ballot initiatives. So it's important to review with them before they go exactly how to collect that signature and fill out the bottom portion of the initiative. What you do with the completed ballot initiatives. It's important to return those initiatives either to your California School Choice County Chair or one of the other signing tables that's going on, or a specific school choice ballot initiative depot location in your county. You can also send it to the California for School Choice headquarters.
Hello, ma'am. Would you like to help bring true school choice to California?
Absolutely.
Terrific. Then we have a petition here for you to sign. The first question I have to ask you is, what county are you registered to vote in?
I'm in San Bernardino.
San Bernardino, perfect. So here's our San Bernardino petition. And as you can see, we've surrounded the area where you'll be signing your name and filling in your address, because it's very important that you stay entirely within the box when you do this. Also, as you fill out your address, please write small and don't use any abbreviations. Do not use like LA for Los Angeles. Spell out the entire thing, and please use one of our black or blue pens, which is necessary for the petition to be legal.
Thank
So
you.
here you go.
See this.
Terrific. First, let me check it. Okay, terrific. Now, if you'd like any further information about our initiative and how the plan actually works, we have some literature right there that you can take, and we encourage you to encourage your friends to make sure to sign our petition. If you'd like to make a donation, we'd appreciate that very much. And we have a sign-in sheet there so that you can stay informed of how the initiative is progressing.
Wonderful.
So we'd like your information there so we can stay in touch with you and let you know how things are going. And if you would like to be a signature collector yourself, you can check off the box that says volunteer.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for all you're doing and for this information.
Hello, ma'am. Would you like to help us bring true school choice to California?
Yes.
Terrific. So we'd like you to sign our petition to bring our initiative to the ballot in November of 2022, next year. And so the first thing I have to ask you is, what county are you registered to vote in?
I'm not sure. How do I find out?
Okay, terrific. You can use your cell phone to scan our QR code for the Secretary of State.
It says in LA County.
LA County, terrific. So here's our petition for LA County. And as you see, we have a stencil surrounding the area that you're going to fill in your name and your address, because it's very important that you stay entirely in the box when you fill in your name and address. Okay? Also, as you're filling in your address, please don't use any abbreviations. Try to write very small, which will help you stay in the box. Or if you live in LA City, you would not write LA City, you would write out Los Angeles. It has to be fully written out to be legal. So use one of our black or blue pens and fill it in.
Okay.
Okay, let me check it. That looks terrific. Thank you very much. I can read it perfectly well. Okay, so that's all you need to do. But if you'd like more information about our initiative and how our plan will actually work, you can help yourself to our literature and also go to our website, which is on there, which is californiaschoolchoice.org, and it'll give you all the details of how our plan will help every child in California. And if you'd care to give a donation, we'd really appreciate that as well. And we also have a form which, if you would like to stay in touch with us and have us stay in touch with you to let you know of the progress of our initiative and how we're going along, we'd like your information to be filled out on that sheet there. So this information that you give there is for our internal organization. It will not be shared with anyone else. It'll be kept secret. And if you would like to help us to collect more signatures, check off the volunteer box. And we can provide you with a ballot petition and a banner to help attract attention. So you could either go around to your neighbors and have them sign, or you could set up a table at some local place near where you live, your local Walmart, or perhaps at your church, and you could collect signatures that way. On the form itself, it tells you where to send it in so that we get the signatures from you.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We're so glad you've joined us. We believe this is the best school choice program, or will be the best school choice program in the country. We've already had inquiries from other states asking how they can copy our plan, because it is so well thought out and it will help every single child in the state of California to get a better education. So we want to thank you so much for your part.
Thank you. It sounds amazing. We're excited.
Great. Have a great day.
Thank you.
We want school choice. We want school choice. We